Hi friends, this is Heidi Villegas with Healing Harvest Homestead, and I wanted to just hop on here with you this morning because I'm in the middle of a project and I thought I would just share some things and talk about it. So there's two themes in this video. One of them is about bartering, which I've talked about before, and one of them is going to be about the power of making your own herbal medicines from plants that you can grow actually yourself, which is I just can't get over how unbelievably powerful it is to be able to make your own plant medicines that are safer and they're more effective and they are more healthy than the store-bought options. So anyway, I just want to share with you what I'm doing really quick here. And then I'm going to talk with you about how we bought a ton of hay for 10 bucks, actually multiple tons of hay for literally 10 bucks. So what I've got here is some tincture that I've made and a vinegar acetum that I made. So I've got two sets of products here that I started processing back in June. And we picked up our hay in July. And now it's a finished now. These tinctures now are finished and I'm getting them ready to take over to the fellow that we bought our hay from per our agreement. So I just want to talk with you about what we've got going on here. So what I have is a tincture for sleep. You guys, your wellness and your health is the most important thing, because honestly, if you aren't well, nothing else matters. Your money doesn't matter. What you have going on in your life doesn't matter. Nothing matters because you can't function if you don't feel good. And sleep is a cornerstone of your wellness. And as a person myself who decades ago was addicted to certain over-the-counter sleep aids and woke up every morning feeling groggy and horrible and had to wake up with an energy drink every single morning before I went off to work, I can attest to the fact that you don't feel good when you're doing things like this. Yet you still need to get your sleep, because if you don't get your sleep, you feel even worse. So what are the options? Well, guess what? You're just going to feel bad, but so you're going to just have to choose which kind of bad you want to feel, right? Whereas when I began using herbal medicine and making my own medicine, and I came across a formula for helping myself get to sleep that works, and it's worked for hundreds of other people at this point, it's priceless. Okay, so let's go ahead and dig into what I've got here. What I did was I tinctured a half a gallon and a quart of my sleep herbal mixture in alcohol. Okay, just 80 proof alcohol. And then I did the same thing, and you can see here a half a gallon and a quart of my sleep blend. And this is in vinegar because I'm helping two different farmers, and one of them doesn't use alcohol and one of them is okay with it. So that's what I've got going on here, and they're in the same family, so same farm. So I'm processing it right now so we can run it over there. So what I have here now is the alcohol tincture has been completely processed. And basically, to process a tincture, once it's ready, you just get a big pitcher and a strainer and something to press on the herbal matter like this. And you basically just strain that liquid out, and you come up with a beautiful, beautiful clear tincture. It's easy, fast, and honestly, it's amazing. So what I've got here is he requested 4 8-ounce containers of the tincture. So that's what I've got here, 4 8-ounce containers of the tincture right here. And then this was the leftover, which we use, because I still use this myself every single night. And guess what? I am ready for some more. So this is perfect. And look at how much I have. I have about 3/4 of a quart, which is a lot. That's about, what, 24 ounces or something? So I've got 24 ounces left for ourselves. And then, of course, I've got the same amount of the vinegar extract as well, which I'm getting ready to go ahead and get processed the same exact way. I don't use the vinegar extract for sleep, so I'm just going to give them all of the rest of this too. So just to be nice. But anyway, There's 2 points to all this. The first one is that when you can figure out how to barter in your community, you're increasing your self-sufficiency. You are encouraging community interactions with each other, and you're taking advantage of 2 different skill sets or needs that you can help each other meet. Okay, so in my case, I'm an herbalist and an aromatherapist, and I work with both herbs and essential oils to help people feel better. Okay, and I do that all day long, every day for our family and lots of people in the community here. And my farmer friend, he grows hay and beef and other things. And guess what? We don't grow hay on our property, nor do we grow beef. So guess what? We've each got needs that need to be met. He needs a really good sleep helper, and we need beef and hay. So we have created an opportunity for ourselves to do some bartering. And this can, you guys, I know we're living in the country and I'm talking about hay and beef, but even if you're in the city, you can do the same thing. So if you have skills like making herbal medicine, the other video I spoke about, I was making soap, right? But if you have some kind of a self-sufficient skill for something you make, you are in a prime place to start, putting your fingers out into the community and starting to meet people and see how you can meet others' needs and how they can meet yours, and you come up with these agreements. So here are some ideas just off the top of my head. How about trading for piano lessons? Or how about trading for homemade bread? We do that too. Or how about, although I do make my own bread, but sometimes it's just nice to have other people's homemade bread. Especially our neighbor down the street. His sourdough is incredible. How about tutoring for your children, or daycare even? How about mechanics skills or other things that you need? Everybody needs these things, whether you're in the city or the country. But if you have a skill where you can share and help somebody else, a lot of times you can create a barter system. And guess what? It's tax-free. You're basically making trades, and it's perfectly legal, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's a win-win for everybody. Anyhow, what I want to just say here, another topic I want to just quickly discuss is cost. All right, so Mr. V, my husband, sat down and did the math on all this, and we figured that if we had to buy the herbs, this product total would have cost us about $140. That's for the jars or the bottles, that's for the herbs, that's for the alcohol, that's for the vinegar, that's for everything, okay? And obviously we still have some left over for ourselves, and we yielded this much. It's probably a total of about 120 ounces altogether between the alcohol extract and the vinegar extract. Now let's think about this for a moment. Tinctures are increasing in popularity in the health food stores, and that's because they work and they do a really good job helping us with our body issues and common complaints, and even our overall wellness, and supporting certain body systems. If you go into one of these health food stores, you are going to find 1 ounce of tincture for between $18 and $25, maybe even more depending on the city that you're living in. Think about that for a minute, you guys. You've got 1 ounce that's costing you about $25, and here I have about 120 ounces at a total cost of about $140 if I were to buy the herbs. And if I didn't buy the herbs, it would be really nominal. All right, and literally when we traded for our hay, we worked out the dollars on this, and our friend's cost was very low because it was just his hay field and growing things, and our cost is very low because I'm using the skills I know how to use and making herbal medicine that he needs. What a win-win this is. And how cost effective is this? So if you were to equate the whole number of ounces here in terms of what you'd have to spend to get the same amount in a grocery store or a health food store, you're looking at between $2,400 and $3,600. $2,400 to $3,600. Is that insane? Like, really, isn't that insane? It blows my mind. It literally blows my mind, because I just cannot get over, I'm so blessed that I started learning this. I cannot tell you that how many times I have said a prayer of thanks, literally, not even joking, that I decided, a long time ago, probably 15-ish years ago or so, to really dig in and invest in my herbal learning and my learning about essential oils and herbs, and growing them and gardening them, and really just starting, because I can't tell you how helpful it's been for us. It's been helpful in terms of our wellness. It's been helpful in terms of our income. It's been helpful in terms of how I can help in our community. Like, really, not a week goes by where somebody isn't giving me a quick call saying, hey, what do I do for this or that? Or do you have something for this or that? Or how can I handle this or that? And, if it's not a serious issue, I'm happy to help. Obviously, some things you need to go to see a medical doctor for, and that's great, that's fine, you need to do that. But many of our health complaints, the great majority of them, can be handled right in your kitchen, you guys, seriously, for pennies on the dollar. All right, I just wanted to share this with you today. I think I have this deep sleep tincture here on my YouTube channel. If you want to take a look at it, you can make it yourself. It's super easy. And this is just the acetum, which is a vinegar extract version. And yeah, stay in touch. Please subscribe. And by the way, I am getting ready to do a series of free trainings for people who are interested in learning how to use herbs and essential oils for their wellness and their health, for their common ailments that we all experience. And these free trainings will be taking place in about 2 weeks from now. I'll put a link in the description below. All right, so just click where it says show more, go down into the description. I'll have that link be the very first one. That's going to get you on a special list so that you'll be signed up to start receiving the emails and the videos that I'm making. All right, I hope you enjoyed this quick little chat. And again, the money savings, the benefits to your health, incredible. There's really no reason to not start learning how to use herbal medicine, especially if you are a person like I was, who is sick and tired of the side effects of the commercial drugs. Let's also talk about the shelf life of these tinctures in comparison to over-the-counter drugs. So when you purchase over-the-counter drugs and prescription drugs, there's a shelf life. It's usually about a year from the date. Now, I've heard they last longer, but who knows? Because according to the powers that be, there has to be a shelf life date on them. So let's talk about an alcohol tincture. You guys, tinctures can last many years, and sometimes multiple decades. They actually have found tinctures in old buildings down in the southeast of the United States, where, look, we're talking heat and extreme humidity, that are still good after 100 years, okay? So if you are a person who's into preparedness, then creating your own herbal medicines with these kinds of extracts gives you a very long shelf life on them too. So besides the savings in money, you've got a really shelf-stable, long-lasting product. Pretty amazing, right? One other thing I want to mention too is you might be wondering, how long does all this last? Well, 1 ounce for the average person will, if they're using it every single day, will last about a month. So look, we've got 8 ounces in here, 8 ounces in here, 8 ounces in here, 8 ounces in here, right? So somebody's stocking up. Alrighty. just wanted to share that with you. Oh, and let's talk about how much you're taking too. So a regular, dosage amount of a tincture like this is going to range it's going to depend on the person. But for the average adult, it's 3 dropper fulls, which I don't have any tincture in here, but it's a full dropper full. It goes about halfway up the dropper, and it always equals about a half a teaspoon approximately. So no matter what size of a dropper you're using, whether it's 1 ounce or 2 ounces or 4 ounces, that dropper, if it's filled up, if it's going to be about 1/3 of a teaspoon, and if you do use 3 of them, you're talking about a teaspoon or half a teaspoonful. I'm sorry, 3 droppers full is about a half a teaspoonful. All right, so you're not taking very much. It's just a tiny amount. It's very potent, very, very potent. In fact, I'm getting a little sleepy just standing here smelling it, to be honest, because there's a lot of volatile oils in these herbs, and they actually work just smelling them too. So anyway, all right, I hope that was helpful for all of you. I'm Heidi with Healing Harvest Homestead. Be sure to visit my website. Please be sure to sign up on my special list so that you can get the extra trainings I'm going to be doing on herbal remedies and the best herbs for your immune system and many other things. That's going to start in about 2 weeks. Okay, I'll talk with you later. Please subscribe. Bye-bye.